Alright everybody, this is another video in our Excel VBA tutorial series. We're talking in this video about code display, procedure structure, sub-procedure information, editing, and calling subs. And you can find a lot of this information at yourexcelvbatraining.com, which is also at vbastraining.com. And well, I'm going to have a lot more theory on that web page. So here I'm going to show you a few examples. Code display. Well, for one, when we have a code display, we're looking at, let's say, our other module. Okay, we're looking at the comments. Comments in VBA are prefixed with an apostrophe, and the apostrophe turns it green if you so choose. If you don't, you can choose whatever color you want, but the default color is going to be green. Okay, and here we have a macro. This is done with a macro recorder. It's nothing special. But comments are used to document your code if you want to figure out what you did a year from now, or want to tell somebody else what you're doing, what you've done it to this code, and some instructions. You want to go ahead and put some comments. Okay, it's always good practice to put in your comments. We also have it's the structure. Okay, indentation. We have within this with block, we have indentation. Okay, it's better than having them all in one line. It's better readable, better readability. And here I'm pressing backspace, and here I'm selecting a bunch of stuff, and I'm pressing Shift and Tab, and I'm going backwards. Okay, this with a little bit of indentation, it looks a lot better. Right, like this, it doesn't look that good. So here I'm going to select the whole thing, and I'm going to press Tab, and I'm going to tab the whole block. And on down the line, I have, and here to wrap down to the next line, I use this here underscore. Okay, without the underscore, we turn red, and you get the error that says expected name parameter, which is good. And that just means you have an error, and no harm done. You could just put a underscore and then be on your way. Okay, that's a line breaking character. So we can decipher code, we document our code with comments, and we can use indentation, which is a real helpful item. We're going to look at sub-procedures now, and we're going to turn our attention to a sub-procedure here. Okay, now, quick explanation. We have a procedure, okay? Everything in this is a procedure. We have, in this window, we have sub-procedures, my format, sub command button, sub format report header. Okay, this is all subs within the procedure. Then we also have functions we can use in here. We can have class modules. We can have different classes, different properties. Okay, we can define all that in here. Now, properties are things that describe it. They're like adjectives. Functions are things like methods, things that the object can do. Okay, so here we have a sub procedure, and the sub is lower than a regular procedure, and basically we're just modifying it. I put the code. Now we're going to select the cell A1. We're going to call it a quarterly sales report. We're going to format it with this format right here. We're going to then select a range. We have a collection of cells then, and we're going to align them at center. It's just the same as going into your worksheet and then select all these, select a bunch of cells like this. We have a range F10 to J J10 right here. Don't let any version of Excel fool you. If you see the version I'm using, it's all VBA, and it all work for you no matter what Excel version you're using. Okay, so I'm selecting here. I'm selecting cells A6 to D9, this range, and my format is going to be this. And then if I call another procedure, format report header, and that's going to be this. Okay, and when it's all said and done, I'm going to show you what it's going to look like here. Oh, don't want to do that. When it's all said and done. Now, notice I'm calling out a macro from this button right here. Okay, command button. I put a command button, and I'm using the control toolbox to put a command button here. And when I click it, all those items should run. Okay. We have a form. I'm not going to cover this a long time because we're running out of time here. But we have forms. The forms is easy. The forms toolbox is easy to add a command button and attach to a macro. The control toolbox would be used to attach code to a command button. Okay. Now, once again, we've ran the macro that formatted where our scenarios that we download this information from a mainframe, and we want to quickly format it and send it off. Okay, and that's what we're doing here. So the next video, since I ran out of time on this one, is we're gonna understand variables, and we're gonna understand variables. We're going to dive more into sub-procedures. I do encourage you to go out to VBAstring.com and get the code used in this video. You can also go to yourexcelvbatraining.com and go to the bottom where it says add additional articles, and they will end up at VBA String. I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you comment and subscribe to this channel where you can do it. And thank you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.